Hey, John Oakes here, and welcome back for video 2 of my affiliate marketing crash course. Now, as promised, today we're going to get into some really good stuff, and I'm going to lay out the 4 core fundamental things that you absolutely have to have in place to achieve any high level of success marketing any product, service, program, opportunity, anything, right? Now, here's the thing. I've been marketing online for a long time, and just in the last few years, I have built a list of subscribers of 30,000 or more people. And I've spoken with literally hundreds of people, from personal consulting, from just people I'm chatting with on Facebook and social media and so forth. And the number one common thing that happens again and again and again after talking to people who are struggling to get their marketing off the ground is that they are missing one or more of these 4 super important components from their marketing. And so I'm betting that if you're somebody who's been struggling for a while and you're not getting the results currently that you're looking for, that you're going to hear something today, possibly more than one thing, that is missing from your marketing. And you're going to have some of those aha moments. That's my hope for you anyway. Now, here's the thing too, is that I was no different. Right? When I started doing this stuff online, I stumbled around in the dark for a long time, a number of years, as I mentioned in a previous video. And I didn't understand these things. I didn't have them in place. So I did what most people do. I went to networks like ClickBank and ClickSure and JVZoo and different affiliate networks and even different network marketing companies. And I just started marketing their product or service or opportunity, throwing traffic at it, and hoping that it would convert. And I fell into that same rut that I see so many people in, where I'm spending $25 to $30 to acquire a new customer who is only going to buy a product for, say, $25 to $50 and pay me a commission of maybe 15 to 30 bucks. And it doesn't take a mathematician to realize that if you're spending $30 to acquire a customer who's only going to pay you $25 or $15, the math does not work in your favor on that. Yet that's what so many people are doing. They are spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on marketing products and services with the hopes that someday those will turn into bigger dollar amounts. And it just doesn't happen, right? So you have to really understand the metrics of what you're marketing, understand the math, and realize that if you're out there promoting a product or service or an opportunity and you're doing it in the same way that most other people are doing it, you're building somebody else's list, you're sending traffic into somebody else's funnel, and ultimately you are not going to win at that game. So that was the big realization that I came to a few years back, is that you have to take ownership of your business. You have to realize that the buck starts here and it ends here, and you need to put these things in place for yourself, or you don't really have a business. You're just helping somebody else market. So with that being said, let me break down these 4 things, okay? So the 4 super important core things that you have to have in place in order to be successful at marketing any business or anything online is, number 1, you have to have a solid offer, right? We're gonna break this down a little bit further, but let me go over these 4 things real quick so you get an idea of what they are. So an offer, a funnel, a list, and traffic. Those are the 4 things, right? An offer, a funnel, a list, and traffic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly talk about each of these 4 things, and then I'm going to circle back and we're going to talk about the offer a little bit, and then that will be it for today. And then when we continue tomorrow in video 3, we're going to break down the funnel aspect of that, and I'm going to show you some really cool stuff. So let's talk about these. First, the offer. It's got to be a solid offer. And a mistake that I see a lot of people make is they think, I'm going to go market something that I think is cool. And that's not necessarily a good reason to market something. You need to know that there is a real marketplace that is, intent on buying that particular product or service. You have to make sure it's a big enough marketplace to where you're going to be able to have longevity in your marketing. So it's very important that you choose wisely when you're choosing a product or service or whatever it is to market. We're going to get back into more details of that in a bit. So a solid offer is super important. The next thing is a funnel. Now, remember I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago that most people are sending traffic and promoting somebody else's funnel. For a good example of this is, any product on affiliate networks like ClickBank, ClickSure, JVZoo, they want you to market their product, and you get a portion, sometimes 50 or even 70% of the commission on that front end sale. But what they're actually doing is they're taking that traffic, they're collecting an email address, they're collecting other information when the person buys that product, and then they send that to their phone team, who then calls through those people and sells them more and more and more higher priced products. And you get none of that, right? You don't share in any of those profits. That's why some of these companies, some of these individuals that set up these programs, they're able to actually pay you the entire commission of the front end sale, right? And they do it gladly because you're sending them a customer that's going to turn into hundreds or thousands of dollars in commissions for them later down the road, and you're getting the short end of the stick on that deal, right? I think a lot of people don't realize how this stuff really works. So wouldn't it be smarter to be using your own funnel? And even if you're sending it to something where they're also collecting it, it's okay, because now you still are maintaining that customer. You have somebody who's a new subscriber, and you can continue to market to them over time. So very, very important. We're going to get into all of these aspects in more detail as we continue this training. So the funnel is super important. You need to collect the information on the front end, typically an email address, sometimes more. And then you need to send them to another thing that gives them more information and puts them down through a process that eventually sells them a product or a service or an opportunity, right? So that's what a funnel is that this is a process, and usually very automated, that you have set up that you can send traffic to, and it does the selling for you so that you're not having to meet people at a coffee shop or try and explain something through Facebook messaging or chatting with people endlessly all day online that I see a lot of people doing. Your funnel does the work for you, which is how you can get sales while you're sleeping in the middle of the night. If you're marketing a product or service that is worldwide, which is, a fantastic thing to do using the internet, you can have sales coming in all the way around the clock. And it doesn't matter what you're doing, where you are geographically, what you're on vacation, you're enjoying yourself, and these things are happening for you. That's because of a funnel. So again, we're going to break that down more in a subsequent video. Now, the third thing is the list, right? I know that I had to be told, I think, probably 20 or 30 times through training courses, through mentors and everything, that the money's in the list. I need to build a list. I need to build a list. And I didn't do it for years and years and years. And it was a huge mistake and cost me tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, because it took me so long to start recognizing that I needed to be building my own list. This is something you have to take to heart, right? If you're not building your own list, you are throwing tons and tons of money down the toilet. It's just the reality of it. Now, sometimes these days online, you hear people say list building is dead and that email marketing is dead. Let me assure you that it is not, right? And you're watching this video right now because what? You just got an email that said, here's video 2, click this and come watch this video, right? So email marketing is not dead. And it can be incredibly effective if you do it in the right way. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the right way in a subsequent video. So we're going to break this stuff down. Here's just to generally discuss it and tell you why it's so important. Think about it this way. If I had started a couple of years earlier in building my list, instead of a list of 30,000 people, I would have a list of maybe 50 or 60,000 people. I'd be making twice the amount of money that I'm making now. And that's the kind of crucial mistake I see a lot of people making, is they think, well, I don't really know where to start. I don't know what system to use. I don't know what to send my list, right? It's like the number one thing is people are like, I have a list. I'm collecting emails. I don't know what to send them. Or I don't want to start an email list because I don't know what to send them. It's actually way easier than you think. And it's really not tough to come up with things to send your list. It's really just a mode of communication, right? So we're going to break that down further. So the fourth thing is traffic. Right? And I love talking about traffic because traffic is like that big thing out there that people think is the most difficult thing of the whole business. I hear that complaint all the time online is, I just can't get enough traffic. I can't get anybody to my website. I can't get anybody to see my offer. And let me share with you that traffic is by far the easiest aspect of your entire online business. Traffic is endless. It is abundant. There is no shortage of people that want to buy your product. It's just a matter of you understanding how to tap into those, and then, you know, putting that system in place, putting these core items in place so that when you do send traffic to your offer, that it's actually converting, which is the other big problem, because I see people who do find traffic sources, and they might actually be good traffic sources, but they're sending people to, again, an offer that doesn't convert, or a funnel that's not theirs, or they're building somebody else's list with it and it's not converting and it's not profitable. And eventually they spend all their money and then quit and think, oh, I'm going to go sign up and market something else in the same manner. And that will be the ticket, right? And again, let me emphasize to you that until you put these 4 things and these 4 concepts and these 4 items in place for your own business, you are never going to really achieve the level of success that you want. Okay, that's just the reality of it. So no matter how many times you see these free to join programs done for you, you know, all that kind of stuff online, understand that the people who are succeeding at any of those programs have these things in place and are doing exactly what I'm about to show you, or at least a variation of it. Okay, so super important. All right, so again, those are the 4 items: offer, funnel, list, traffic. Okay, so let's circle back and talk about the offer briefly before we wrap up today's video. So here's the thing. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of great offers that you can be promoting online, right? And when I say great offers, I mean things that are profitable and that are solid products, solid concepts. But again, just because they're solid doesn't necessarily mean that you should be marketing them. So you have to kind of figure out, you know, what is it you're wanting to achieve? And again, I circle back to the concept of freedom, right? The biggest reason when I ask people, when I send a poll or a survey to my list, is what's the number one reason why you're attracted to an online business? They say time, freedom, and money, right? Those are the 2 things. And they really go hand in hand, because in most cases, if you're able to make a lot of money, you can sort of buy your time freedom back, right? But what's even better is if you can have a model that actually creates freedom right out of the gate, so that you're doing things in a time leverage fashion, which is, again, my entire mode of operation. And just, again, to let you know kind of where I'm at, my mindset is that if what I'm doing is not something that I can do one time and benefit from it over and over and over and over again, something that I can put in place that works for me 24/7, then I don't do it at all. If it's not something I can do and apply with massive leverage, I simply don't do it in my marketing, which is why I have a business where I literally am working at my computer for maybe an hour to an hour and a half a day on average. Okay, and the way that really works out is I have days where I don't even do anything at all, and then I have a day where I might sit down and work for 3 or 4 hours, right? That's the more real picture of how that works. So if you were to average it out, it's, you know, an hour, hour and a half a day. And I like that. That works for me, because that allows me to spend my time doing the things that I want to do, which is riding my mountain bike, traveling, taking my family to really cool exotic locations, hanging out by swimming pools and hanging out on beaches, hanging out with friends and family, you know, just doing the stuff that I actually enjoy doing. And I'm sure that if you're watching this, that's what you want as well. So again, it all comes back to what kind of products are conducive to creating a freedom lifestyle. And the direction that I would point you is exactly what I've chosen and what I've landed on, which is digital products. Okay, and why do I like digital products? Because number one, they're delivered instantly. There's no shipping. People get them fast. You know, when you buy something online, don't you want to be able to instantly access it and get started with whatever it is that you're buying? And digital training products are like a multi-billion-dollar industry. In fact, I think the digital products industry as a whole is something like $200 billion a year. So it's not going anywhere. It is a massive, sizable industry and marketplace, and the demand grows every single year. So what is it exactly? Well, sometimes people will make the comment that, you know, if it's not a physical product, it's not a real product, right? So my response to that would be, did you go to college? Are you familiar with the concept of college and education? Well, when you left your college, did you actually have like a physical product that you would call your education? Of course not, right? Education is a virtual concept, right? It's information, you absorb it, you learn. And so digital training products are what I like to market because people get them instantly. They can produce massive value. They can deliver massive value to people in that they solve a massive problem. They are the solution to that massive problem that people have, which is learning how to do something specifically, how to become better at something, how to create and build a specific something. And so in the case of what I market a business opportunity that is a complete education platform that teaches people everything that they need to know and gives them all the platforms and systems they need to have in order to build a successful business online. And that is an extremely large marketplace because that's ultimately what billions of people are looking for, and more people all the time. You know, more and more people are realizing that the job will not get them what they want. A career path is not something that's solid these days. There's no such thing as working for a company and then retiring and being able to live on your retirement, right? So everyone's starting to realize that you need to have your own business. And if you have something you can do from home or from anywhere, really, that's your own thing, dance to your own drummer, and really be able to create the lifestyle you want, that is an extremely attractive thing that more and more people are looking at. So I love digital products. And that's why I suggest that people market digital products, especially if you're first getting started, because there's a huge demand for it. It's an instant response. So they're delivered instantly. People buy them online instantly with credit cards and so forth. You are able to receive payment as far as your commissions very, very fast. You don't have to wait for a product to be delivered and then wait like 2 weeks for them to make sure they didn't change their mind and return it, and you know, that kind of stuff that you do with physical products. So digital products are huge. That's what I recommend. Another reason why I really like digital products is because I am a consumer of them myself, right? And you probably are too. I'm betting that if you're somebody who's looking to make money online, you've probably spent a lot of time, buying, or a lot of money even, buying digital products, buying training and so forth. And some of them may be good. Some of them maybe weren't so good. Maybe you didn't think some of them were worth the money and so forth. But you know, that's where you have to be very selective in what you market. Make sure that it's a solid product, that it really does fill the need and the solution to that need in the marketplace. So with that being said, here's what we're going to do. Right down below here, there are some comments down there where you can go ahead and comment if you're getting good value from this training series so far. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Also, there is a link below where you can click and join my private Facebook mastermind group if you haven't done that already. So I encourage you to do that because it's a great place where you can interact with other people. I also share additional things there that I've not shared in this training series. So, you know, it gives me another way to, like, right when I think of something, or if I want to do a quick little video and show you something cool, I'll share it in that Facebook group. This is a private group for only my subscribers. So please respect that and you know, join it and conduct yourself very professionally in that group. You'll get some good value there as well. And then, of course, directly below here is a button where you can click and actually check out the system that I use. So when we talk about the digital products and the funnel and the list and all these things, the shortcut to you being able to have all those things set up is to simply check out that short video when you click that button and join my team within that system, because it virtually does all of that for you. It creates all of that for you, puts it into a box, so to speak, you know, ready to go for you, takes all the guesswork out of it. And you'll learn more about that as we go. There's a lot of these things that if you don't want to set them up yourself, you can allow us to essentially provide that for you through the system directly below here when you click that button. So again, click that, check it out. Be sure and join my private Facebook mastermind group. Leave me a great comment below if you're getting good value from this stuff. And I'll see you in video 3, where we're going to break down the very simple funnel process that it will create success in marketing any service, product, anything, right? It's like, how can I put this? It's like the magic formula that works all the time with any product or service, no matter what it is you're marketing. It just simply works, and you're going to understand why when we break it down, and it's very, very simple to understand. So I look forward to seeing you in video 3. Have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon.